This news update is brought to you by
I won for me to me.
For me?
Yes. You don't need speakers, right?
Upgrade to win every week with Lime. Sign up for Lime TV or broadband or purchase an iPhone 6 or Samsung Note 4. Upgrade Christmas with Lime.
It's Friday, January 2nd, 2015. Welcome to the Barbados Today Evening Update. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Thanks for joining us. 72 hours and no more. That's the fresh deadline the Barbados Union of Teachers has issued to the Ministry of Education to fix problems facing the Alma Paris and Parkinson secondary schools. Teachers from the two schools have been complaining about a number of issues, including the management styles of their principals. But after talks between education authorities and the B.U.T this morning, President Pedro Shepherd says they appear no closer to a solution and the teachers may be left with no choice but to act.
While the B.U.T appreciates the efforts of the ministry to update us on these issues, we must say that the union is no more updated at the beginning of 2015 than it was in 2014. Actually, we are more clueless and confused than we were before. We are in no better position to inform or satisfy our members that the professional discomfort they have endured will be alleviated.
Education officials asked the union to hold strain to allow for investigations at the two schools, but the union says it did not feel enough progress was being made.
The ministry has declined to give us a timeline for when their promised action will bear fruit. This tells us that we can expect action within another day or maybe another decade. We just do not know. This is not enough. Certainly not good enough. Our members cannot wait forever while they suffer in silence. As someone asked some time ago, how long is too long? The union holds to its position that matters affecting the teaching and learning conditions of teachers and by extension the welfare of students should always be of paramount importance and should be treated with a sense of urgency.
Meanwhile, the government is set to face even more action as the National Union of Public Workers threaten to call out civil servants. The NUPW, which represents dismissed workers of the National Conservation Commission, says it will embark on industrial action in the coming week. The former workers, who are still empty-handed after being dismissed since April, did not hide their frustration.
Every week, the bank is calling, the credit union is calling, and they get a letter saying that if I don't pay the bill for attorney will come, I got rent to pay. I haven't paid my rent since the last check came, which was in November. And it's just me and my son. Right? He's 16.
The time have come that we stop making sport and get up there and do what we got to do. Because that we been going to say here for this January 2015. This January 2015. I'm here making the sport. FDC and come here to make sport against that one. I come here today to hear what can happen to me again this month.
Acting General Secretary of the NUPW, Rosalind Smith, says the council will meet next Friday to make a final decision on what type of action will be taken.
I believe, given the mood of the workers this morning, that they're clear, that they want to hit the streets in protest of the delay, because they've said that they were off since April, and to date the promised hearing with the tribunal is not forthcoming. Some, obviously, given the hardship cases that they're facing, the big Christmas that they've gone through, they believe that they should be paid. However, we will formalize that arrangement whereby we would seek to find out of the 300 persons how many would like to continue to work and who would like to be severed.
Students of Grazettes Primary School will be heading to their classrooms on Tuesday. That's according to Deputy Chief Education Officer Karen Best, who says the ministry has received the all clear from the Health and Safety section of the Ministry of Labour. Students were relocated last October to the Ebenezer and Breath of Life Seventh-day Adventist churches after an environmental problem forced the school to close its doors on a number of occasions. In other news, government will soon be embarking on phase 2 of its multi-million-dollar green energy program at Vaucluse in St. Thomas. Word of this from Environment Minister Dr. Dennis Lowe, who says negotiations are in the final stages.
We're building out the green energy program with some focus and some enthusiasm. We have going at this point in time arrangements for not only the waste-to-energy plant, but we're in the final stages of negotiation on phase 2 of the green energy program at Vaucluse that involves the solar program and the landfill gas-to-energy program, where we're going to be extracting all of those gases from under a number of decommissioned landfill cells at Vaucluse. We've just identified a source for the purchase of our CO2 that will be used in our offshore program, which is very important, and that will also allow us to be able to scale back on the emissions of greenhouse gases into our atmosphere.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
In sports, West Indies battled their way to 276 for 6 on the opening day of the third test against South Africa at Newlands today. Captain Dennis Ramdin and Jermaine Blackwood led an afternoon fight back after the crucial loss of Shivnarine Chandabal and Malan Samuels. Ramdin and Blackwood added 94 for the 6th wicket, and though Ramdin perished for 53 about half an hour before the close, Blackwood remained undefeated on 45, with Jason Holder, his partner, on 5. The partnership was critical after the West Indies, positioned on 172 for 4 at tea, lost Chandapal without adding to his tea time score of 9 to the first ball after the break. He clumsily lost his balance while prodding forward to debutant off spinner Colin Hammer and was smartly stumped by A.B. de Villiers. Caribbean countries are being urged to recommit to strengthening the integration movement in 2015. The plea from outgoing CARICOM chairman, Antigua and Barbados Prime Minister Gaston Brown. In his New Year's message, Brown pointed to the economic difficulties confronted within 2014, which he said demanded a strength of character and resilience. He believes that together the region can survive and thrive if it enhances its collective capacity to achieve economic stability and growth. Internationally, the United States hits North Korea with a new set of economic sanctions in response to last month's cyber attack on Sony Pictures. President Barack Obama signed the executive order today, restricting 3 North Korean organizations and 10 individuals. The new rules will prevent leaders in North Korea's government from accessing property and entering the United States. Washington has already put sanctions in place over North Korea's nuclear program. And finally, more bodies are being recovered from the Java Sea 5 days after Air Asia Flight 8501 crash, bringing the total found so far to 30. 7 crew members and 155 passengers were on board. 46 of them were members of a church group. And on that note, we come to the end of our Barbados Today evening update. We'll be back again on Monday. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 Online TV to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Frenella Wedderburn. Have a fantastic weekend.
This news update is brought to you by
You got an upgrade for Christmas.
If you're feeling lucky, you could win some money.
An upgrade for Christmas.
$200,000 in cash and prizes. With Lime, you could win some money. It's Lime's Christmas lottery. 250 winners this Christmas, oh yeah.
Sign up or upgrade to super fast broadband, Lime TV, e-billing, a data plan. Top up $15. Purchase a handset or text 4263 to enter.
Upgrade for Christmas.